Hi guys, my name is Dr. Billie. I'm an associate veterinarian here at University Animal Hospital. I want to talk to you today about something called Parvo virus, which I'm sure many of you have heard about. So Parvo, it is a virus. It attacks the rapidly dividing cells in the stomach and the intestines, and it ultimately causes severe vomiting and diarrhea, ultimately leading to severe dehydration, and without treatment can be fatal. We unfortunately see a lot of Parvo virus here in Arizona. It is spread in the feces of affected animals, and it is very hardy in this environment, making it tough to kill. We have a few hospitalized patients right now. We're actually standing in our isolation ward where we keep the patients. Treatment is basically aimed at restoring those fluid losses that they lose through the GI tract, secondary antibiotics for secondary infections, pain management, anti-nauseous for vomiting, and it can be a very intense process. Some of these guys are hospitalized for up to a week. I've had some hospitalized for up to 10 days. It can get expensive. We typically about $500 to $800 a day, so you can imagine that that can be a real burden. So my goal with this video is to really talk about how we prevent Parvo virus. And so the best thing that you can do is vaccinate your puppy. So we typically recommend vaccinations as early as 6 to 8 weeks, every 3 weeks until these guys are at least 16 weeks of age. My general rule of thumb is that I will vaccinate them until they have their first set of puppy teeth. It's very important to keep your puppy separated from other dogs in high volume areas until they're fully vaccinated. So avoiding things like the groomers, PetSmart, dog parks, things like that, because until they have their full immunity, they're not considered protected. One of the common things we see here, unfortunately, is a lot of people will do at-home vaccines, and for whatever reason, those vaccines just don't confer the same immunity. So we have a lot of clients that will get these dogs from Craigslist that have been home vaccinated, and it's just not as effective, and then they end up purchasing the dog and the dog becomes very sick. So I encourage you guys all to consult with a veterinarian, make sure that the puppy that you're getting is vaccinated appropriately by a veterinarian. The manufacturers of the vaccine will actually back that product. That's how effective the vaccine is. So should your dog become sick, the manufacturers will pay for treatment. So that's a really important thing to note. Another thing to note is that parvovirus doesn't just affect puppies, it can affect all unvaccinated dogs. I've had dogs as old as 5 come down with parvo before, so it really just comes down to proper vaccines. It is a highly preventable disease. It has a high success rate with aggressive treatment, but it can be devastating. This is Piper. She's actually a Parvo survivor. She spent 5 days with us here in the hospital, and she's doing great. So again, I encourage you guys to ask us with any questions you may have about appropriate vaccine schedules, how to best protect your pet, and what to do if your pet should come down with Parvo. Thanks.